Okay, so in today's video, we're going to continue our discussion on WordPress menus. In the previous video, we just went over the basics of how to create a menu. And so in this video, we're going to talk more about the specifics of customizing your menu and making it behave and look the way that you'd like. So as we're starting off, we have a very simple home, portfolio, blog, and about. But I want to add a lot more to this. I really want to flesh it out and be able to send my users to a ton of different places. So I have sitting beside me a list of the pages that I want to include. And that's really the first thing you should do is just write them out, write out the pages you want, fiddle with the order, and fiddle with nesting. And what nesting basically is putting one link inside of another. So for example, let's see, what's a good example? We'll just, for the sake of argument, we'll add another page to the menu. And if I want to stack this website design process page inside of about, all I have to do is drag it. And if you can see the little dotted area shifts over one spot. And so I can save that. And basically what that does is it creates this down arrow, which means that I can click on about, but I can also hover over it and see another link. And you can put a bunch of links in this drop down area. However, maybe you don't want that top link to be clickable. Maybe you want to organize your information in such a way that basically this top link would act as a label, and your user would be able to click everything in this drop down. So in order to do that, we basically need to create what I like to call an empty link. So let's do that with our services. So instead of choosing or creating a page called services, we will need to create a custom link, which is going to be right over here. When we open that up, we have two pieces of information that we need to submit, which is the URL and then the link text, which is what the user is actually seeing. So if this is an empty link, all we're going to do is put a pound or a hash symbol in for the URL. And I want this to be my services. So this means I can add it to the menu. And then I do have pages created for my services. So I can choose each and every one. And they've all been dumped here. And so I can drag and drop them in the order that I want to display them in, making sure that I push them over one spot. Now, if I, for some reason, wanted to nest again, I can continue to drag, and I can drag almost indefinitely. I don't know that there's a limit, but typically you just kind of want to create one list, and you can just pop all these back into place. Now that these are nested within services, they are all connected. So I can move this entire body of links around within the order of the navigation. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm just going to refresh this page. And now you see I have services, which when I click on it, nothing happens. But all of my other services are right here, which is awesome. So I'm going to just move my order around a little bit to match the list that I've created for myself. Let's see here. Process, I want portfolio after process, blog, about, and I do actually want to create another empty link. So we'll do it one more time, called contact. Awesome. So what do I want to put inside of the contact one? General inquiry and FAQ, and get a quote. So again, I'm going to do the same thing where I just nest these underneath contact, but contact is completely empty. So I can go ahead and save that. Finally, I'd like to show you how to basically create a navigation item that opens into a new page, which means it goes to an entirely different website, not a sub page of my own site, and that it will open in a new tab. So the first thing we have to do is grab the link that we want to use. And I'm going to use this link, which goes to my scheduler. So I'm going to copy and paste that. Copy. And once again, I'm going to go back to that custom links section. And instead of using the hash, I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to choose a title for it. So in this case, it will be free consultation. And I'm going to add that to my menu. And here it is right at the bottom. I do want to add it to my contact area. And as you can see, when you open up these little items, they do pop open. You have some other information here. Now, the most important thing for this particular link is to choose open link in a new tab, and it will do literally what it says. When someone clicks it, it will open up the link in a completely new tab so that your user is not taken away from your site. There is one more thing I'd like to walk you through. So if you have a blog, you might have multiple categories. So you might want to display those categories in your navigation menu so that your user doesn't have to scroll through your actual blog feed to find what they're looking for, but they can parse the content down a little bit more specific. So the easiest way to do that is to make sure that we do have our main blog link right here, which when they click this, it will take them to, again, your blog feed, which these are just all of your posts, typically in order of published date. But maybe we want, our category field or our category archive to be able to appear in the menu as well. So once we have our blog item added to our menu, we're going to run over here to categories, and we're going to choose all the categories that we want to include. Now, I don't want to include all of these. I do have quite a lot. I want to include maybe the most popular. So I'll choose this one, and these ones, and I'll add them to the menu. And then once again, I'm going to go ahead and nest them inside this blog area. I'm going to put web design up top. Perfect. And so now once I save this and I refresh my site, my blog has a drop down and it has all of these category areas. So I can choose this one and it will show me all of the posts within that category. Now this is really, really, really handy, especially if you have something like a food blog and you'd like to have, entrees, desserts, and different, subsets of the information that you provide. If you have any questions about this topic, please leave them in the comments below for me to answer. Also, please visit my website, Pixel Glow Web Design, for information on my web design, WordPress maintenance, and website strategy services.